Hello and welcome. Today we are doing first impressions of Parle Moi Parfum. I purchased a sample set a little while ago and I thought it'd be fun to do it on a live stream instead of an edited video. I could interact with you guys and we'll do a live stream checking out these. They were suggested to me by one of my subscribers. I'd never smelled any of them before. I don't really know anything about the brand. So I thought it would be a good little first impressions. And if there's any I like, I will do some full reviews later. So that is the plan. This sample set comes with 6 fragrances in the set. And so we'll go through each of the 6 and I'll let you know my thoughts. So yeah, these samples come in these little mini boxes, 2mm size like this, and we have 6 to go through. So I'll give it a second before we dive into it. Buenos noches. Hey Rosie. So yeah, we're doing first impressions, Parle Moi Parfum. Again, I've no idea what to expect. I've never smelled anything from this brand. Hello, Chris. How are you? I'm not sure which one to start with, actually. Let's go with Gardens of India, since I have spent a lot of time in India. That would be groovy. So I have gone to the effort of preparing the live stream for you with beautiful bottle presentations, so you can see the bottles. There you go. Now I just got to dig out the sample. Let me find it. So this is the first one, Gardens of India. So this is a first impression. Okay. I did make notes of the notes, although they were kind of hard to find, to be honest. They don't seem to list them much on their website. They list like a couple of notes for some of them, and then other ones they don't list any notes at all. So I kind of had to do a kind of a mix of Fragrantica notes and the official website, because the official website don't seem to regularly list them. Hello, how are you? Okay, so we're smelling Gardens of India. Wow, the sprayer is really good on this sample. That's way better than mine. I'm going to find out where they buy the samples from. That's a really good spray. Damn. A lot of these 2mm things suck. Like the tube is too thin and it doesn't spray well, but I can literally see that the actual spray tube itself is a lot wider, so it allows a lot more perfume to go up. That is very good. They have excellent sprayers. Okay, so let me look up the notes for this. Gardens of India. So it's tuberose, jasmine, and sandalwood is the notes that I found for this one. It actually smells quite fresh in the opening. I get kind of a refreshing, kind of almost ozonic kind of musky smell. I kind of like it, actually. It doesn't remind me in the slightest of India, to be honest. I get more of this kind of how do I describe it? It smells synthetic, but in a pleasant way. It's like this ozonic, musky, light, very pale, woody kind of tone. Slightly floral, but I mean, you don't get like a massive, like tuberose is quite heavy, and I'm not getting that. Jasmine, I'm not a huge fan of jasmine, to be honest, and it can sometimes go a little bit indolic. This is very light. I think you get, like I say, this ozonic, fresh, musky quality. You do start, actually, yeah, you do get a little bit of the white floral. But it's more kind of pretty. It's not funky or indolic or thick. It's just very kind of ozonic and light. It smells quite... How would I describe it in terms of... Yeah, it comes across very soft and light and subtle. It's not heavy. Kind of airy, if that makes sense. It's definitely not overpowering. But it does come across kind of minimalist. I was going to say the word simple, but I don't know if that's a good word. Maybe minimalist. Pleasant, but minimalist. It's not the most natural smelling thing in the world, but the price is very good. I think it's €100 for 50 ml, so that's not bad. I would describe it as unisex, personally. I don't think it has a gender to this one. And I would say it's a summer, springtime, daytime fragrance. Dressed up or casual. Quite nice. Nothing bad to say about it. It's quite pleasant. If you like heavier fragrances, I think this one might disappoint you in terms of it does feel quite soft and light and airy. I don't think the name suits it, to be honest. Gardens of India. I mean, I've spent a lot of time in India. Jasmine is pretty huge there. A lot of the women put jasmine flowers in their hair. And jasmine is very nuclear. Like when the women walk around, it really leaves huge sillage behind them. Trails of jasmine. This one, I'm not getting that, to be honest. I'm getting more this kind of ozonic, musky, more synthetic qualities. There is a white floral behind it, but it just doesn't come across smelling all that natural. But it's quite nice. It's pleasant. It's not... I wouldn't give it a hard time. I think, in general, I suppose it kind of depends what audience you are, because if you're like a niche collector, you'd probably kind of do that kind of reaction. But, like, normal people in the world that don't have hundreds of fragrances, I'm sure most people would smell that and go, yeah, that's pretty, that's nice. You know? So it depends what you kind of want, I suppose, what you're after. Hope you are doing well. I am okay, thank you very much. Scent of the day, Nasumato's Pardon. Excellent, good job. Okay, so we'll go back to it at the end, but that's Gardens of India is the first one. So kind of ozonic, musky, pale white floral. Very easy to wear, summertime, spring, unisex. Very easy to wear, very light. Yeah, okay. So we'll go on to, let's try this one. Tomboy Neroli. Let me find it. Not that one. I have to, the writing's quite small. Here we go. Tomboy Neroli. I should have separated the ones that I've already smelled. I haven't done that. I will endeavour to do it next time. Let me separate the one with Gardens of India. I'll put that over there, then the pile gets smaller. So Tomboy Neroli is next. This one, let's read the notes. Tomboy Neroli. So it's Neroli, Orange Blossom and Amber. So we'll see how this one goes. And I have written my strip with the name so I can check it later. I should like show the spray because it's very good. Excellent sprayer for a sample. Honestly, that's like one of the best sample sprays I've ever tried. Jeremy Fragrance Wannabe. Oh, that is hilarious. What? Are you high? That is funny. Okay. Oh, this is nice. This is like a fresh citrusy kind of opening. I get... What do I get? I get fresh, bright, citrusy... Something a little bit earthy, almost like there's vetiver in the background. It's not listed in the notes, but you get that kind of slightly earthy quality. Oh, what is going on here? Oh, is that cashmere? I don't like naming synthetics. I know there are certain reviewers that like just regularly like say, "Oh, I smell, such and such list of synthetics." I don't think it's helpful, to be honest, because like most people have no clue what they smell like, so it's a complete like waste of a description. You know. That I'm not. The initial blast of the top note was nice. I got this kind of fresh, citrusy, zesty opening, almost like a maybe like a lime note or something that isn't listed in the notes. Followed by this kind of earthy kind of smell, and then a kind of synthetic, musky, metallic. Cashmere, I would describe as like a metallic, musky quality that's a little bit dirty, just to be honest. Interesting. See, the neroli isn't like in your face. It doesn't give you that. Neroli is lovely. I mean, I like neroli. I'm trying to analyze it analytically. I think you get this kind of citrus quality with this metallic, musky, slightly earthy quality. But the actual neroli part seems to be behind that, It's not like in your face. Don't think of something like Neroli Portofino, for example. It's not going that intense. Again, it doesn't smell all that natural. It smells a little bit more on the synthetic side. Sorry, I was laughing because of that comment. Is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Okay. Again, it's kind of light, kind of. I'm trying to decide whether it has a kind of a leaning sex-wise, like whether it's male, female. I think pretty gender neutral, to be honest. It does smell more like a daytime fragrance. Actually, I think you could pull it off dressed up, casual, to work, in a suit, whenever. I mean, it's very nondescript in that sense. Like, it's not a fragrance where you smell it and you're, yeah, I can only wear that for a certain occasion. I think this is kind of versatile. Would I go out of my way to recommend it on a neroli level? No, probably not. If you're expecting neroli, then it's not the best example, to be honest. I am getting kind of a synthetic woody musk vibe, reminding me of, to be honest, a mixture of Isui Super and maybe a little bit of cashmere. And I'm really reluctant sometimes to talk about synthetics because it's so easy to get them wrong. I've heard perfumers talk about my perfumes and completely butcher it when they say what they think they can smell, and they're completely inaccurate. And I'm like, wow, it's very easy to be mistaken and think that you're confident, So these days I don't tend to list materials because, in a way it doesn't really help the average viewer, because the average viewer doesn't have loads of synthetics and they're not sure really what they smell like. So like I say, it's kind of, I try to verbalize it in a way that is not just saying a chemical name, So musky, slightly woody, kind of a citrus fresh opening, not so natural. Neroli, like, in the background. I mean, it's not prominent, Yeah, a little bit unremarkable, to be honest. But there you go. I can't knock on it too much. I mean, the price is decent, but I wouldn't put it I wouldn't feature that one in a full review, to be honest. I think it would be a waste of my time, perfectly honest. Okay, let's switch it up to the next one. I'll come back and revisit them at the end. Seems a not very rememberable. Is that a word? Rememberable? Memorable fragrance. Is it remember? Is rememberable? I can't even say it. Rememberable. I think it's memorable, isn't it? Memorable. Anyway, yes, you're correct. It's not memorable or rememberable. Atelier Cologne Grand Neroli is a nice Neroli. I've not smelled that one, I don't think. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Chypre Mojo, which is a nice name. Oh, I can't stop laughing when I see that comment on the screen. Jesus. Okay. Chypre Mojo. Okay, let's spray this one. Can you see how good that sprayer is? I mean, that is remarkable. Oh. This one's quite pleasant in the opening, kind of, I think. I get... Is that like a... Oh, maybe not. Well, kind of. I get rose immediately, like pink kind of... Yeah, it almost smells like... It does smell a little bit Middle Eastern, like these kind of rose oud combos where you get that kind of synthetic rose smell. I'm getting like synthetic rose. I mean, it's kind of nice. I don't mind it. But yeah, you get it opens up with this kind of rose note. At least that's the impression I'm getting. Rose isn't listed on the notes at all. So maybe it has no rose and I'm completely wrong, but it comes across rosy. So the official notes for this one, Chypre Mojo, bergamot and mango, carnation and patchouli. But yeah, I mean, the first blast I thought, wow, that's like a bright kind of airy rose. Okay. I kind of like it. I mean, I kind of like it. I'm trying to think how to describe it. It's floral, it's bright, it's kind of fresh smelling. Doesn't really have much sweetness behind it. It's pleasant, but I think to be honest, if you collect niche fragrances, like you've got, you know, fairly decent brands in your collection, I'm not sure these ones are going to scratch an itch for you. These are like, I don't, like, there's some brands that are like, you get designer brands, you get niche brands, and you get somewhere in between where they're not quite niche, but they're not designer. This is like in that little grey area where it's kind of somewhere between niche and designer in terms of quality and style of blending. So it might not, and they're also a little bit kind of minimalist or simplistic. There might be kind of complex accords in there, but the way that it comes across to the nose is kind of minimal. You're not smelling lots of different layers. It's like a very simplistic painting that you appreciate and you go, yeah, that's nice. Seems a bit Le Labo-esque. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. I would not disagree. Yeah, I would say so. I would say along those lines. To be fair, I quite like it. There's nothing negative I can say about it. It's got this lovely, fresh, clean, slightly floral. I say slightly floral. It is quite floral. I mean, it does. Let me just go and pick up carnation. I think I've got some on my table. Just 2 seconds. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I don't have any in like my main bottles. I probably got samples of it somewhere, but I'm not going to start digging through stuff on a live stream. It'll just waste of time. I do get a very nice floral note that does come across slightly rosy. I think it probably leans a little bit feminine for some guys. I think some guys would think this smells a little bit girly, to be honest. But I like it. I think it smells decent. Let me go back to the notes. I can't remember what the notes were. Bergamot, mango. Okay, carnation and patchouli. Do I smell mango? I don't think I don't feel it's obvious. It doesn't smell like juicy mango, like, but there is something that's a little bit watery and slight. Maybe it's like a watery, slightly fruity, watery kind of quality to it, but the floral aspect is more prominent. I get this really nice, fresh floral carnation, I guess, with this kind of slightly watery. It's not overly fruity. I would never have guessed mango. If it's mango, I guess maybe a little bit more of like green mango rather than where it's ripened. But it's like watery, if that makes sense. It's quite pleasant. I don't dislike it. I would say slightly leaning on feminine, but I would wear it personally, so it's definitely unisex. But it is quite light. I can't imagine this projecting very well off the skin. It does feel very mellow and soft. Again, I would say kind of daytime, casual or dressed up, work appropriate. I wouldn't wear it for something like a date. Not that I've been on one of those in a, in a long time. You know, like some fragrances you think, oh, well, you would wear that on a date, or you would wear that to a formal occasion, or the situational kind of things. This is more like daytime casual or dressed up, but not to something. It doesn't smell like a romantic fragrance or a fragrance that you would wear on a date or anything like that. It doesn't come across that way. This is like more not that kind of vibe at all. Again, does smell quite synthetic, like it's using kind of woody musk molecules, something along the lines of Isui Super, that kind of light, airy, woody musk molecules. I'm getting that kind of vibe from it. Okay, quite pleasant. I quite like it, but it's kind of simple. So if you want something, a bit more nuanced or complex, maybe that one won't do it for you. Let me just catch up on the comments. Is the 45 referring to the formula like them? Let me check. Musk 39. Perfecto 107. I can't imagine there's 107 notes in the formula, to be honest. I don't think it's to do with that. Chypre Mojo 45. Tomboy Neroli 65. There's no way that it has 65 notes in. It's so simple. Gardens of India 79. There's no chance. I don't think it's how many materials are in a formula. I don't know what the number's referring to be honest. Maybe the website answers that question. But in my opinion, I would guess that it's not the number of materials in the formula. Let me just separate the ones I've already smelled. Okay, we smelled those. Okay, we've got these left. Cool. I'm a big fan of mango, and I'm running out of salted green mango by Stranger. Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. But there doesn't seem to be a UK vendor right now, which is frustrating. Aren't they stocked in Bloom, or did they not carry that on? I thought they were in Bloom in London. Is orris roots the most expensive floral material? Floral. Yes, probably the most expensive floral. At least the most expensive I bought. I bought a tub of orris butter and it was an absolute fortune. So yeah, Orris butter is genuinely extremely expensive. All sold out, no restocking. Interesting. I don't know. Okay, so Milky Musk is next. Let's bring this up. Milky Musk 39. Here we go. Okay. Oh. Okay, so the notes for this one: sandalwood and musk. You know, my first thought was, oh, I'm getting Texas cedarwood or Virginian cedarwood. You know, that kind of slightly more grainy, woody quality. I'm presuming there's a little bit of cedar in there that's not listed. Maybe giving a bit more texture to the sandalwood. Okay, my first reaction is that I quite like it. I get this beautiful kind of woody quality. I'm guessing it's a combination of sandalwoods and a little bit of cedar. It's nicer than, let me think. Le Labo has one called Santal 33. I think this is nicer. I like that. It's quite light though. I mean, it's not strong. It's mellow. The initial blast actually had something that reminded me a little bit of cooked rice almost. Like a milky, like rice cooked in milk, if that makes sense. I don't know. It had some kind of milky rice kind of vibe in the opening, followed by this kind of cedar-like texture. Like if rice was listed as a note, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. Oh, Chris just said, I've heard it smells a bit like rice. I genuinely didn't see your comment, so yes, definitely. This one is very pleasant, but it feels like it might not last so long. Hi, Tracy. Thank you. Put some of that in C8. Bloom recently stopped stocking them. I forget the reason now. Okay. I don't know. I've never been to Bloom. I think maybe I ordered samples from them once. But I don't check up on them. Okay, so there's not much to describe, to be honest. I mean, it's very simple. You're going to get a kind of, like the name suggests, a milky, slightly rice-like woody quality with, like a musky, woody, almost rice-like in the top note. At the initial blast, I was like, ooh, I like that. And then it kind of changes. And then I thought I got something like a Texas or Virginian cedarwood, which is like that pencil shaving grain. So if you imagine getting a HB pencil and you're just shaving it in to sharpen it, and you smell the shavings of the pencil, that's what Virginian or Texas cedarwood smells like. You get a little bit of that pencil shaving in this. So I'm presuming, at a guess, that it is a combination of sandalwood and cedar. I like it. I would wear that myself. If someone gave me a bottle of that, I would wear it. Nice. No complaint. It's very minimalistic. You know, if you like something like Santal 33, you probably like this one. Okay, so the next one. We'll move on to the next. I'll go over them again at the end, but this is the first round, I guess. The next one is called... What is it called? Wake Up World. Good name. Let me find the bottle. There we go. This is in a different colour bottle. I don't know what that means. If it's like a different concentration or what the deal is there. I'm not sure. That is the wrong sample. This is the correct sample. And it is followed by what looks like an infinity symbol. Sprayer is excellent. Just to repeat that. Oh, this is my least favorite. This is my least favorite. Okay, let me read the notes. Okay, so we got there's a chemical name which I cannot pronounce, but I looked it up and it's a synthetic lime note. So synthetic lime, citrus, bergamot, apple, rose, ambroxan, vanilla, benzoin, tonka, and styrax are the official notes. This smells like Link shower gel. I've smelled so many damn fragrances that just smell like Link shower gel. And after like the 10th one, you think to yourself, why are people bothering to make fragrances that smell like Lynx or Axe shower gel? I don't get it. That's my immediate impression, is like, yeah, shower gel. Just cheap, masculine shower gel. I mean, what's the point? Yeah, wake up, world. I mean, what? I'm genuinely a little bit sick of smelling this stuff. I think I reviewed there's been at least 2 fragrances in the last couple of months that have smelled just like this. Well, immediately I'm like, yeah, Link shower gel. I mean, it's just, oh, come on. I don't know how to. I don't know how to describe it other than it literally just smells like Link shower gel. It's synthetic. It's that masculine kind of fresh, masculine, musky, masculine, fresh, aromatic smell that just smells like a gym dude. It's a gym dude. It's like, it's a guy that's been to the gym, gone home, had a shower at the gym, and just used a load of Lynx shower gel. That's just exactly what it smells like. That's it. I'm done with that one. Sorry. That's disappointing. That's the worst one. Okay. That one let me down. I really don't understand why brands make that. Okay. Okay, this is the last one, and then we'll kind of round up at the end. This one is called Woody Perfecto. Let me show the spray again. Such a good sprayer for a sample. I wish my brand had that spray. I mean, that's really good. So this is the reason why I bought this sample set, is because a subscriber said this one smells a little bit like Reflection Man by Amouage. It doesn't. I mean, it just doesn't. Sorry. No. It doesn't smell anything like Reflection Man, in my opinion. Okay, let me look up the notes. So this has... Really? Interesting. Okay, apparently the notes are coffee, vetiver, and leather. I don't smell coffee. I can kind of see leather a little bit of a leather. It's kind of synthetic. I mean, I say kind of synthetic. That's not a complete sentence. Let me start again. It smells like a blanket of synthetic woody musks. So think in terms of Isoe Super, but it might not be that, but that kind of vibe. Woody musks. Maybe a hint of a leathery kind of note behind it. And yeah, vaguely kind of woody. The vetiver comes across fresh, like it's not rooty or earthy or dark. It's that more kind of fresh kind of vetiver. You do get the vetiver, but like I say, it's a fresh take. Smells nothing like Reflection Man. Just straight up, it's no similarity. Okay, so I would say this one is slightly more masculine smelling. Obviously, a woman could wear it, but in general, I would say the like random people on the street, they would probably think it leans just a little bit more on the masculine side. It does smell. Oh, God, there's something in it that's going slightly shower gel. Oh, no, don't do this to me. Oh, now it's in my brain. I can't get it out. Oh, no. It's not as bad as the last one, but there's just something that's just a little bit like men's shower gel in the background. I'm getting slight, like, shower gel vibes again, which is disappointing, to be honest. You get this kind of fresh, clean, musky vetiver accord, I would say. I would say, again, slightly masculine, daytime casual. It's not something you'd wear. Could you wear it on a date? I guess you could. It smells. It's fine. I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't rave about it. I wouldn't jump to review it. But if a guy smelled like this, then I think he smells good. Genuinely, I think, yeah, he smells nice. It does smell pleasant. It's just a fresh, woody, musky kind of thing that is just generally kind of appealing. But there is something in the back of it that is a little bit like shower gel, which is a little bit of a kind of a thing that I'm not totally keen on. I do get a little bit of a pencil shaving vibe as well. A little bit like the cedar in there as well as vetiver. Chris says good but boring. Maybe. Sometimes I don't mind boring though. I mean, some of the fragrances that I own, some people might say are boring, but I still enjoy them. And it's not bad to wear something that's kind of minimal and simple if you think it smells good. It doesn't have to be not boring. And boring is subjective at the end of the day. What one person finds boring, another wouldn't find boring. I don't mind it. I'm not going to bash on it. I think it's... If a guy smelled like that around me, I'd have no complaint. I would think that they smell decent. But I wouldn't go out of my way to recommend it or like rave about it. It smells pleasant, but it's like, it's okay. There's better things, I would say, but it's not bad. That's how I'd round it up. Okay, so we'll spin around. We'll go back to the beginning. And we'll do a recap. So I think the first one we smelled was Gardens of India. You enjoy Isoe Super. I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. It depends in the context. If it's not overdone, I think it's actually quite good in a fragrance. But then when it's too forward, too prominent, then I think it ruins it for me. Okay, so Gardens of India. It's quite light. It's not the strongest thing in the world. So this one had tuberose, jasmine, and sandalwood. It has gone more like soft white floral now. I think it has developed a little bit even on the paper. It doesn't smell all that natural. I think it's wrapped up in these kind of neutral kind of musky quality with this just soft tone of white floral. It's not indolic, there's no funk, it's a very clean white floral. Obviously a mixture of tuberose and jasmine in there. It's okay, but it's a bit dull. I mean, it's not much going on. Someone mentioned earlier that I can't remember who said it, but they likened the brand to Le Labo, and I agree. Oh, there you go. Seems a bit like Le Labo. Yeah, again, to emphasize, I would agree with that. These would be perfect in a, like, if this was in a Le Labo bottle, I would be like, yeah, sure. That's the kind of quality to think about. Not bad. I mean, I can't really be negative about it. It smells pleasant. It's just a little bit simple, and I think maybe some of you would probably find it a little bit boring or flat or just not very exciting. But if you just want to smell like a very neutral, kind of slightly white floral, slightly neutrally kind of woody musky, some people might like that, you know. But if you have a niche collection with a more refined taste, that one's going to probably not do a whole lot for you, to be honest. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one, which was Tomboy Neroli. Just kind of clear my skin a little bit. Not my skin, my nose. Okay. I don't think Neroli is a good name for this one, to be honest. It's not really what you get. Let me just go back to the notes. Tomboy Neroli uses Neroli, Orange Blossom, and Amber. I'm presuming this is the one where I mentioned Cashmeran because I'm smelling it again. I don't remember, but I mean, it's reminding me of it. Again, I don't really like talking about synthetics because I don't think it's helpful for people in that are watching that don't smell synthetics. Like you're not really going to know what it smells like. But it's kind of a slightly dirty, metallic, musky quality, and I get that vibe from this. Neroli is like not obvious. I mean, it doesn't come across like a soapy floral. It doesn't smell overly. It just doesn't come across that way. I think Neroli is a bad name for this one. Tomboy Musk or Tomboy Wood might have been a better name. That one's disappointing. I would not recommend that one. It's just not that good, to be honest. It just doesn't smell that great. Okay, next one. So this is Chypre Mojo. I did like the top notes of this. I thought the top notes smelled good. It has changed to what it was. I'm not sure if I get mango, to be honest. Again, actually, has it changed a whole lot? I still get that kind of slightly watery vibe and that nice fresh floral smell. Quite pleasant. I quite like that one. That's in the run-up for the best one, I would say. I think this is the second best if I had to pick. That's a good one. I'll put that separately as a favourite. Okay, we'll go on to the next one. So the next one was, I think, Milky Musk. I like this. Immediately, I would say, yeah, I like that. It's almost like rice cooked in milk with pencil shavings and musk and sandalwood. You get this kind of mixture of woody quality, a little bit rice-like, milky. Very pleasant. If you like Le Labo's Santal 33, then I would presume you would also like this. I would wear this. It does go a little bit of that kind of pencil shaving cedarwood vibe, though. More so than it does the sandalwood, at least from the paper. Very nice. I would say that's actually my favourite one. Okay, so my two favourites, just to kind of mention these two. No, that's not working. Hold on. These two. These are the best ones in my opinion. I like the Chypre one. There's something. It actually reminds me of another fragrance. I just can't off the top of my head remember what it is. I have smelled something similar to this. My brain is registering, yeah, that reminds me of something. But for the life in me, I can't click what it is right now. So it's probably not the most unique thing. I have smelled something similar before. But I like it. And Milky Musk is nice. I like that one. Maybe a little bit heavy on the cedar kind of aspect of it, but it's nice. Genuinely, I like that one. But it's simple. I mean, don't expect anything mind-blowing. I mean, it's very simple. I just happen to like those kinds of materials. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which was Woody Perfecto. Let me just drag it back into place because you have gone out of line. There you go. Let me check the comments. Yes, you had the same reaction to Layla Bow. Does it smell anything like Zoologist Chameleon? Do I even have a sample of that? I have smelled Chameleon, but it was like 3 years ago, maybe. And I have no memory of what it smelled like, to be honest, so I can't tell you, I'm sorry. I found this info on the numbers on the labels denoting how many different stages or modifications that the formula went through for completion. Really? Wow. Really? Good God. No. Are you... I'm not sure I believe it. Gardens of India, 79 modifications before they were happy with it. Are you taking the piss? Really? It's so simple. I mean, it's like... What? There's just no way. I mean, it's like light, musky, a little bit white floral, and that's it. Like, there's nothing else going on. It's so minimalist. How the hell do they do 79 versions and then settle on this one? That's like blowing my brain. What? That's crazy. Really? I mean, look at this one. 107. This is the one we're about to smell. Woody Perfect. 107 modifications. And this is the best one. Oh, I'm not sure I buy it. I'm not sure. I'm really, this 107 mods, and this is the best. I mean, I don't want to like shit on it, but like, it should be better than that. 107 versions of it. 107. I mean, you can really like fine tune something to be absolutely incredible in 107 attempts. This isn't it. This is not 107 mods. If it is, like, the department that approves it, they need, like, firing or replacing. That's just ridiculous. I'm astounded. Oh, okay. Anyway. Woody Perfecto. So the notes for this one were coffee, vetiver, and leather. I don't get coffee at all. Again, I think there is vetiver, but it comes across fresh, clean, fresh. Fresh, bright, pleasant. The leather note is there, but it's subtle and it's in the background. I am blown away, honestly, if that is the 107th version of this fragrance. That is, like, ludicrous. It's appalling. That is, like, wow. Okay. It's not bad, honestly. If I don't want to be hard on it, I'm just, like, amazed at the number of attempts, and this is the best one. I mean, it's just like, what? I would presume, like, the people picking the winner, so to speak, like, the best one, is maybe, like, a fairly normal average person, like an average nose, that doesn't really have much of a refined taste themselves. That's the impression I get from this brand. It's not a refined taste. It's like mass appealing, a little bit generic, very not rocking the boat in any way, shape, or form. It's like right down the middle of like beige. You know what I mean? It's like it's just it's 107 to come out like beige is just what's going on there. It doesn't make sense to me. But if someone wore it around me, I would think, yeah, that smells fine. I mean, I'm not knocking it like it smells bad. It doesn't. It smells completely fine. It's just shocking to me that that is the best out of 107. But anyway, last one is Wake Up World. Oh, this is the worst. This is the worst one. Okay, so this one had synthetic lime, citrus, bergamot, apple, rose, ambroxan, vanilla, benzoin, tonka, and styrax. Lynx shower gel. I mean, it hasn't changed. It just smells like men's shower gel. That's absolutely my least favourite. I don't like that one at all. Nothing else to say. Just get a bottle of Lynx shower gel. It's not good. I'm not a fan of that one. So the best ones, again, just to go over the best, these are my favourites. These ones, double thumbs up. Milky Musk, sorry. My favourite out of the two. This one is nice. But it's simple. Like, don't expect anything mind-blowing. Don't expect something... Focus. There we go. Don't expect something groundbreaking. I mean, I just happen to like, the smell of cedar and sandalwood, these kind of more woody notes. I like the smell of them by themselves. So naturally it smells good because I like the raw materials. But it leans a little bit more on the cedarwood side to me. It smells like pencil shavings. But the opening was like, ooh, you get that kind of milky rice note, which is... There was a fragrance called, was it Basmati something? It literally is like built to smell like rice. I tried it, and again, the initial opening of that rice note was like, oh, I love it, like amazing. And then it dried down. I was like, oh, it's kind of... It dried down into something like unremarkable and forgettable, and it wasn't that good. But the top note was like perfect, like really nice. This one, the same vibe. I get that beautiful milky rice thing in the opening, and I thought, yeah, amazing, I like it. Dries down, you kind of lose that, and you go into that more cedarwoody vibe. But it's pleasant. The Chypre one is nice. But yeah, the Milky Musk is my favourite one. So I'll review the two best ones, in my opinion, which are the Chypre and Milky Musk. I will do full reviews in the coming weeks probably. Hello, Julie. Woody Perfecto is the name of this fragrance. Some pun. Woody Perfecto, perfect woods. I guess it would translate to. Yeah, maybe. That's funny. Have a listen to the band Glass Beams. I've never heard of them. Let me write it down and I will look them up after the stream is finished. Glass Beams. I always say glass and grass and bath, and my family tells me off and say, no, it's grass and glass and bath. I get reprimanded by my family for speaking incorrectly. Check them out, dude. I will. Thank you. I will have a listen. Okay, that's my first impressions of Parle Moi Parfum. Hopefully someone finds that useful out there. I'm not going to carry on the stream because this is a dedicated first impressions of this particular brand. Maybe I'll do a kind of a more casual stream another night where we just chat, but for this video I want to keep it on the fragrances, and we finished them, so I will say goodnight. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me and joining in on the comments. with the little input there was useful. Thank you. And yeah, we'll see you on Tuesday, I think. I'm going to try do at least two to three videos every week. And generally speaking, they'll be on a Tuesday, Thursday, and a Sunday in general. If there's things going on in life, it might be, different days. But in general, kind of expect it, that kind of time. And they usually go up about 5:30ish in the evening. So yeah, there'll be a full review up on Tuesday. I think next Friday I'm seeing my sister's friends. My sister has a friend called Sarah, and she's going to be doing some videos with me. Hopefully, if she comes, we're going to hang out and film some videos together. And she's going to do kind of a blind smelling session of smelling various niche houses, and picking the best and the worst from each one. I thought that would be kind of a little bit more entertaining. Just to get like a normal person's nose on popular brands and kind of get a raw opinion of how they smell out there in the world to other people that aren't fragrance collectors. So that'll be fun. I think that's next Friday we're doing that. So yeah, buenas noches. Good night, everyone. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you on Tuesday. Take care. Good night. Bye bye.